crews are painstakingly removing the pieces of that gigantic crane as they hunt for clues into what caused it to fall. And developing right now, a construction worker seriously hurt in an accident at a high-rise near Grand Central Terminal. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Bookman.
And I'm Joe Torres. We begin with new details about the crane collapse. It could be weeks before we know what caused a 565-foot construction crane to topple to the ground in Tribeca yesterday, killing a man on the sidewalk. Officials want to recover the crane's computer, which could provide vital clues. Meantime, they are carefully collecting pieces of the crane for their investigation.
Eyewitness News reporter A.J. Ross is in Tribeca this evening. A.J.?
Sandra, Joe, experts say the ongoing process of removing this giant crane is not about speed, it's about precision. So now this 565-foot steel structure is being carefully cut into 35 pieces to be shipped off and analyzed so engineers can hopefully figure out what caused this terrible accident. In the aftermath of a tragedy that has left so many shaken, engineering experts are now carefully sifting through and dissecting the remnants of this massive crane, hoping they'll reveal clues as to what caused Friday's fatal collapse.
The crane removal has started.
During a press conference, city officials detailed the intricate removal process and talked about the retrieval of the crane's movement recording computer, a part of the crane that stores data that may prove helpful to the investigation.
It will likely give us the angles of the boom of the two pieces that were in action at the time. If it gives us more than that, well, that'll be an extra.
With the help of 4 additional cranes and several crews, officials expect the entire removal process to last through Sunday morning. In the meantime, several buildings near the site remain partially vacated, and at least 75 residents will not have drinking water until next week.
My entire loft shook.
We talked with people who live nearby about the horrific scene and their concerns.
It's shocking. It's so sad. I mean, I can't imagine. It's so tragic. Hopefully they'll just be safer, you know.
There's a lot of things that are being overlooked, you know, because there's too many people and not enough people doing their job as best as they should.
The city's building department is also working closely with an independent consulting firm who is assisting with the crane's removal and will also be a part of the ongoing investigation.
So we are going to investigate whether there might be an adjustment to how operations are done based on the size of the crane.
Now, crews will be here through the evening hours, and in addition to the buildings department here on scene, there's also the Office of Emergency Management, several utility crews, and nearly 75 firefighters and EMTs. So a very active scene, and that's why this entire area remains blocked off tonight. Live in Tribeca, I'm A.J. Ross, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much, A.J. We've learned that 2 people hurt in that crane collapse have been treated and released from the hospital. A firefighter was also treated and released. 73-year-old Thomas O'Brien, however, remains at the hospital. And he was inside his car when the crane came crashing down on top of him. He suffered a laceration to the head. Stay with Eyewitness News for the very latest on the crane collapse. You can see a slideshow of the pictures from the scene at ABC7NY.
Developing right now, a construction worker seriously hurt. He was struck by concrete falling off a high-rise building undergoing demolition. It happened this afternoon on Madison Avenue, just west of Grand Central Terminal. Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kim is there in Midtown. Stefan?
Well, Joe, take a look behind me at this building here being demolished on Madison Avenue between 42nd and 43rd Streets. That worker was on a scaffolding on the top floor of this building when he was knocked unconscious. It was a high-drama rescue with an unconscious construction worker trapped on a scaffolding 20 stories up in the air. It was around 2:30 when officials say that worker was performing demolition work secured by a rope when a large chunk of concrete came crashing down, striking him on the head. But when EMTs arrived and tried to remove him from the top floor of the building, the power to the elevator was out. So rescue teams had to perform what's called a high-angle technical rescue.
We put him in a stretcher, lashed him in a stretcher and lowered the stretcher down an interior shaftway because the stretcher we had to stabilize him in and get him down wouldn't fit in the construction elevator.
Fire officials say it's unclear if the falling debris is connected to the demolition work being done here. Rescue teams had to construct a complex system of pulleys 18 floors up in order to lower that worker in a basket.
takes a lot of teamwork to do it, yes. That's why a lot of units we hear, a lot of special units, because they have the equipment to do that kind of stuff. Okay. Special operations units.
Meanwhile, this is not the first time workers were injured at this site. Last year, 2 workers were struck by an interior wall that collapsed. 1 worker sustained a serious but non-life-threatening injury. The other suffered minor injuries. Investigators in the buildings department are here on the scene now looking into today's incident. Again, 1 construction worker at this hour in critical condition. Reporting live in Midtown, Stefan Kim, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Stefan. The countdown of the New Hampshire primary is on. Candidates are working their way across the state trying to secure votes. For the GOP, it is also debate night, just hours away right here on ABC. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in Manchester, New Hampshire with what we can expect. Marcy?
Hi, Sandra. Some of the GOP candidates held events this morning, but most of today was dedicated to prepping for tonight's big debate here. The stage is set for what's expected to be a slugfest. Republican presidential candidates out stumping today.
What we have to do is save this country.
Before facing off for the last time before the New Hampshire primary.
On that stage tonight, you're going to see a difference. We will make sure you see a difference between those who are prepared to lead and those who are just continuing to talk.
The latest polling showing Donald Trump with a 19-point lead going into the debate, followed by Marco Rubio. The target on his back getting bigger.
He's willing to break his word to the voters and make deals with Democrats to try to force through amnesty.
Ted Cruz supporters out hoping he can push ahead for a repeat of Iowa.
If it's 1 vote, it's worth it. It's a beautiful day in Manchester.
On the Democrat side today, Hillary Clinton going door-to-door too.
I need your help on Tuesday and convince some others to come along.
Fighting for momentum as she leads Bernie Sanders in the latest national poll by just 2 points and is behind by double digits here in the Granite State.
If we can bring out a decent vote on Tuesday, I am confident we're going to win.
A lot of confidence from candidates on both sides. The Republicans, of course, hopeful that success in tonight's debate here will translate to votes here on Tuesday. We're live in Manchester, New Hampshire. Marcy Gonzalez, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Should be an interesting evening. Thank you, Marcy. You can watch the Republican debate tonight right here on Channel 7 and on the Watch ABC app. It begins at 8 o'clock. And our political reporter Dave Evans is heading to New Hampshire. You can watch his live reports on the primary beginning Monday on Eyewitness News.
New at 6 o'clock, an investigation underway in Westchester County after radioactive contaminated water leaked into groundwater at the Indian Point nuclear facility in Buchanan. Governor Cuomo says alarming levels of radioactivity were found in 3 monitoring wells yesterday. The level in one well increased 65,000%. However, officials claim the contaminated water has not moved off-site, and there is no public health threat.
A criminal investigation at an Ivy League school. Coming up on Eyewitness News, the president of an elite fraternity now under arrest, the serious charges he faces, and his connection to Manhattan's nightlife scene.
Rescued from the rubble after a quake topples an apartment building, child after child pulled to safety. The desperate effort to save more lives.
And we're watching a coastal storm just now starting to develop off of the southeast coast. That represents just one of a couple of possibilities of snowfall during the week here in the tri-state area. That's all ahead in your AccuWeather 7-day forecast.
I'm Bill Ritter. The growing